Hey friends, good morning. It's April 10th. Beautiful day, around 65 degrees. It is pretty breezy, but I'll take it. Probably gonna be in the upper 80s today. So what I wanna do is, just wanna give you an update on how we're gonna be doing things. I wanna do series videos. I wanna start from seed all the way to harvest. And then I'll post that actual video just so you could see the life cycle of the plant. And that's gonna be fun. We're doing a couple of cool things. Cha Mei Korean melons, excited about that. Armenian cucumbers, those are really cool. And then we're going to go to our grow table here. We're going to do a series on how we grow lettuce in 1-gallon containers. I just, here in Texas, it's just so much better to be able to control the soil on a grow table. So here's our setup right here. Our bunch and salad onions are doing really well. And here's the grow buckets. So that's going to be a series as well. Yeah, lettuce does really well on the grow tables. Also sweet potatoes. We'll do a series on that, from planting the slips to the harvest. But hey, Rochelle has some really cool information on how to keep your garden tools sanitized and clean. So we'll go over there and let Rochelle talk about that.
Okay guys, hey, it's Rochelle this time. I thought I would offer just some basic ideas on how to kind of keep up with your gardening tools and so on like that. So obviously, again, as you've been out in the garden, working, the tools get dirty and so on like that. First thing, obviously, we want to encourage you to do is kind of give them a good rinse. Make sure that they're cleaned off. We keep a gardening towel kind of hung up and around so we can kind of dry them off. If you don't dry them, obviously they're going to rust a little bit, right?
Like that little water thing over there.
Oh yes,
convenient.
Actually, this is the potting table that Mike built me, and as you can see, like what we've done is we've taken these milk crates, and obviously again it allows for drainage, and underneath it just the basics. Go to your local Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever store, and just get yourself some buckets and so on like that, and it can drain. Now what's really great about that is it's not going to waste water, right? Because I can take this water later and I can kind of put it in some garden areas and things.
Oh, we need water here in Central Texas.
Absolutely do. Absolutely.
And we do have other collections set up here just to kind of show you.
So then the next thing, of course, that we encourage you to do is just kind of take some alcohol spray. And can you remind me what's the
70% alcohol?
70% alcohol, but we water it down.
No,
right?
I left it 70%.
Okay. And then obviously kind of spray them off a little bit, get the drainage and so on like that off of it. But what does that help with? Well, that helps with preventing spreading of diseases. Because again, if you oils from other plants, particularly keep in mind, like if you're weeding out something like poison ivy or poison oak, which can be kind of notorious around here.
I don't want that.
Definitely don't
that.
want that.
Makes me an unhappy man.
We don't spread it to us or spread it to other areas of the garden. The next thing I wanted to kind of offer a little bit was, ways to kind of store your tools, right? So what I have here is I have a pot, okay? And as you can see, it's got a hole in the bottom, so you've got a couple of options. One of the things that I used to like to do to plug that hole, of course, is just put a stone in the middle of it. Now, also, of course, if you happen to have like a wine cork that might fit or something like that, that can work too. What that's going to do is it's going to prevent the sand that we're going to be putting in here from kind of draining out. How about you help me pick up the sand?
Yes, ma'am. Just regular old paving sand.
Yeah, we chose Pavers Base this time. Now you can use play sand or whatever else that you want. We just locally, they just had the paver sand in stock. So obviously kind of get that at an even content and so on like that. And then what you can do, of course, is take your tools. And there you've got your tools. Now what's really great about this is the sand also will help in not only kind of drying off your tools, but it'll also help in the idea that if you've got just a little remnants of mud or dirt or something on it, as you're pulling it in and pulling it out, it's going to scrape that off. Now, just as another layer though, one of the other things that you can do is maybe take like some granite or something, extra stones that you might have that are kind of small, but gritty enough, and put an extra layer kind of on the top. Here again, we're looking at the idea that as you're putting your tools in, then you're also getting the extra scraping. Because, we all have those times where, we're tired. We've been out in the yard. We don't want to spend the 10 minutes or so that it might take to wash off all the tools, depending on what tools you have. You know, so again, this can help. You can put it in there dirty, come back the next day when you're a little refreshed, so on like that. But every one of your tools can just kind of go right on in there. And that way, again, you've got a really great place to sort of keep your tools. Now, of course, I keep this up on our porch where it's covered. One of the things to keep in mind is, you know, sand can hold moisture. That's another reason it's really good to, you know, have your towel and so on like that here if you choose to wash them off. But I keep it under a covered porch, so again, if it rains or whatever, there's going to be minimal water kind of get in there. Now, one of the other things I want to talk a little bit about is washing off your gloves. Now, again, this may seem simple enough. Throw them in the laundry, right? Well, really and truly, one of the best things that you can do, of course, is, you know, making sure, again, that you're coming here, you're kind of doing your rinse and stuff like that. Because the gloves are picking up on some of those oils, you know, from some of the plants and so on like that. Get yourself a pumice stone. Now, this is just one of those, like, Dollar Tree pumice, you know, for your foot. And then, obviously, you know, be able to kind of, you know, scrape off the dirt, the oils, the other things.
The
that
mud
might be
and
on
everything.
there. And then, of course, you know, try and make sure, again, you hang them up somewhere where they can dry. Now, if you have leather gloves, they do recommend that maybe you use saddle soap. So again, if you want to get yourself some saddle soap or something like that, that will also help in making sure things get kind of clean. The last thing that we can recommend, Mike and I will sometimes take a lot of our garden tools and we will spray the handles like really bright colors. You know, think of like those construction orange colors, things like that. That way, again, as you're tooling around in the yard and you forget where you lay one of your instruments, it's going to probably be pretty easy to find because it's going to be a different color.
I don't see as good as I used to.
So those are a few of the basics that I just kind of wanted to offer and so on like that. Again, continue to have fun in the garden. And
Good job.
thank you.
That was a great lesson. Again, we're going to be doing the series filmings. We want to bring the seed to the harvest. And we got our new camera and it looks pretty cool. So the pictures are better. Well, again, thanks for watching. Happy gardening and have a blessed day. Take care.